Yo, 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 how's it going? So today I'm actually at somewhere that I've never been before, which is quite mad because you would think that I get about a lot, but I just don't really, I don't know, I don't actually kind of go to these chill spots that often. I only really go to one of them, and it's kind of because it's kind of close by. I don't drive, so I kind of stay near where I stay basically. But I'm down today at the Govan dry docks, which is a mad place to be honest, man. Like, I've never been here before, and I'm like, fuck, it's pretty cool, man. I get it. So I'm just gonna try and do a wee tour. So this is Cloud, and I'm curious, I wonder if it's the same guy that actually does Cloud, or the same person that does Cloud, like the wee clouds that are more kind of character based. A nice size piece. I always heavy like these fills that he does, man. Like, they're pretty mental. And then this is just crazy. So I was looking at this just there, and I was thinking, like, it's mad because this is on like really old brickwork, but I think it's just pretty amazing, man. It just shows you the colour. I'm just noticing there's a big drip on my lens. There we go, that's a wee bit better. So man, this is just like super funky, vibrant and funky, and just gallus, man. Like, very, very rich in detail. I think anybody would struggle to kind of argue with this, man. Like, there's just so much going on, like that bit there, man. Oofed. Like, if I was just to take that crop there and get that arrow in as well, like, boom, that's like graph ultimate, man. Like, just so much funk. Just like ultimate funk boss here. Like, I just love it, man. Amazing. And then this one for scent, getting pretty technical here. I like it. I think when I like, probably the best thing with Scent is he keeps his letters simple, which I think's fucking really, really smart. And it's just going to be mad. See, over the next like few years, I reckon he's just going to get like so good, man. Like, it's going to be mad to see, man. Like, he's just super clean at painting, and he's just doing it in the right way, man. Like, just getting like a solid foundation down and then pushing it, like kind of just pushing a wee bit and then pushing a wee bit, and you can just see it fucking evolving, man, which is amazing. I just love seeing people just progress, man. Like, amazing, man. And then here we've got the man of the moment in some respects, man. Like, Alco. It's just sick, man. Like, I think it's just so funny that he's managed to, he's kind of incorporating like two vibes here, I guess. Do you know what I mean? You've got the kind of the trainer vibe and then the sci-fi alien vibe, which I don't know, man. I just heavy vibe with it, man. It's sick, man. And then Zoot, I've been seeing these pop up about the canal. So Zoot, and then the Cloud as well. It's good, man. Relatively new people, I think, not joining in, but I like it. It's interesting, man. It's going to be good again. People just starting out, and then you're seeing like, they're going to start evolving as well, man. So I'm just pure excited, basically, right? Because see, just now there is so much happening in Glasgow. It's just mad. I'll get this in as well. Another boy who's just evolving, man. Like, it's amazing, just coming on leaps and bounds every time I see something new from him. He's changed his word now, but aye, it's just class to see. Like, you're just going to end up seeing like more and more stuff and more people, and aye, I just love it, man. Like, I really like this, what Graham's doing, these wee shapes, man. Going kind of symbols. And that's a vintage ember. A fine vintage at that. 18. I'm going to actually get down there. Because I heavy love his tags, so. What else is here? So aye, man, Ember's just like got the wildest tags. And I think that's a cubics underneath that. As far as I can tell. And this is pretty sick, man, just straight into the water. So it's pretty cool, man. I always like it, the fact that graffiti writers are always going to kind of find these spaces. I recognise that funk right there, straight away, instantly recognisable. The man's sigh. It's just sick, man. Like, I love the fact that you can just recognise someone's style straight away from like a section of it drawing. That's when you kind of realise, aye, people have their own kind of vocabulary, their own kind of style and letter that's just recognisable. I'm kind of needing to watch my feet here now, because another fine vintage here, 2017, and it's just looking weathered, but it's looking good. I like it. That's quite funky. I'm not actually too sure what that is. It's kind of got, it actually reminds me of kind of Good Child, a lot of the stuff that he does for down south, that he does kind of Mulsh stuff. SFW, Scran for Writers, here we go. And so aye, this kind of gives you like the look on the other side. It's mad, like these steps sort of bits as well. Just the whole layout of this place is crazy. It's pretty vast. I guess I've done myself a disservice not coming here, obviously, do you know what I mean? Because it's just out of laziness pretty much. So you're actually getting to kind of see straight away me like experiencing this place. So I guess it's kind of nice in a way. It's nice to have this kind of documented, and aye, I'm away to kind of look in this house. So aye, let's fucking see what else is on offer. And so I don't really know if this has got a name, but I'm at the kind of house section of it, which is pretty epic. I'll try and come back a wee bit actually, just so you can see kind of. It's pretty cool, man. Bye, let's head down. So it's kind of hard to tell. Hard to tell what this is on the outside. That Mox is quite smart. But I think this is my favourite shot, so I kept seeing photos of this. And I just think it's amazing, man. Like, I don't know, I just love the way it's stacked up, and aye, it just looks class, man. Like, it's just a good vibe. I really love forget stuff and O-tops as well. And I think actually, like, this is quite a sort of good, it's like three very kind of defined styles, but they're all kind of influencing each other in a way. It's just, they all like really complement each other as well, I think, which is nice, man. Like, aye, I really like this section. And then this behind me was by Freak, I think, and although it's been painted over slightly, you can still kind of see most of the sort of funk, man. Like, I really like his stuff. This by Mimic as well. Some good texture in it from the Mulch Fill. What I love to see. Very simple one here by Ember, but aye, just the fact that he's got the confidence to kind of like miss these lines and stuff like that, like, I don't know, it's just really nice. I guess that's just, it's kind of like a 3D missing outline sort of vibe. Aye, it's just really sick, man. I don't know what this mad thing is, but I nearly stepped back into it there, which is a bit para. A super old vein over there by the looks of things. I'm always a fan of just seeing dates, man, like. And then aye, this big bad boy, a more recent 2021 by Skem, which is just really cool, man. Like, he's just got an ability to kind of, I really like that on the bar. I think that's a really smart touch, man. Like, it's really nice. Also, I need to say that these are pretty epic, man. Probably epic in an unintentional way. I don't know if this was meant to be like this, but the effect has actually ended up being like kind of working in our favour of the rain. That Sierra's pretty tidy. And it's actually really cool. I'm just kind of starting to notice there's like some old stuff here, like in the corner, which I'm guessing must have been kind of early on stuff. I can kind of see some over there as well. I'm curious, I'll try and find out what that was. I've not actually done much research about this place, but I know that Flickr's always pretty good for it, so. So I've basically, I'm home now and I wanted to find out who this person was, so I've got like a couple of pictures here. So it's a guy called Hare, and he painted with another guy called Crash, so Crash and Hare, and I think that they were in Glasgow from like 2009 to 2010, and so this is the first thing that I found And I've just want to go through a few of these. So this one's even got a wee Tayo shout out, which is pretty cool, and Tayo said that he met them around this time as well. And I just think it looks really, really class, man. It's completely different. I would really like to find out. I'm waiting on him getting back to me because I think he might have one of them on Instagram, so I'm hoping to see what they do now. But it's funny because I realised something, that they're actually responsible for this amazing trackside. And like, this is at the back of SWG3 and it's just next level, man. Like, it's so sick. So I've always wondered who these guys were, and I just thought that was pretty cool because I've went and saw that, like, the thing at the docks. I've now found out that it was these guys that did this, and I don't really know where they're from or anything like that, but if anybody does know, just leave a comment or something like that. So back to the video. I'm just conscious as well that I'm standing on this fucking thing, man, and it's like a bit of a hazard. Another one from Graham. Pretty sick. I really like these wee flares that he's been doing. The kind of bits, man, looking good. And there's also kind of going through this mad bit. As you can see, it's a bit gubbed on the feet. But that's pretty mental. I feel as though that person's put some effort in here to get over here and paint that, which is pretty sick, man. But again, I guess for me, right, so this is, it's mental to me, right, and this is a good example to use, right. So I'm currently standing in just all sorts of rubbish, right, don't know what's under my feet, and people are coming here to paint, and it's cool, do you know what I mean? It's valuable. This stuff is worthwhile, do you know what I mean? Like, this is all colourful, this is all art, but people are forced to come here and stand in among shite, basically, to do it, and fucking crawl through mad abandoned things, which is pretty cool. I get it, but I'm at a point in my life where, as much as I think this place is really cool, I would really love for this stuff to be able to just be happening out in the street, do you know what I mean? Like, I don't really get why this stuff can't take place in the street. Why can it not just exist out in public? For me, we shouldn't be having to come to places like this. It's cool and it's nice that graffiti writers and street artists are able to kind of find these places and bring them back to life in a way. I've noticed that there's a lot more people kind of walking about here, and that's cool. I mean, that's amazing, because it is a bit mad for spaces like this just to sit empty for years, but so it's good that it's getting reappropriated and reused. But also, why should we be fucking standing in rubbish to paint stuff? Do you know what I mean? It doesn't make any sense to me. And I'm a wee bit annoyed by it, because recently somebody was kind of complaining about a space like this being a riot, being a mess, and people leaving spray paint cans and stuff like that on the ground, and I was like, man, we're forced to go to places like this, do you know what I mean? Like, I'm actively, as I say, I've never been here before, I don't really bother coming to places like this. I just want to paint. I've been trying to paint in the streets, and I've been trying to go out and just paint the streets during the day and just do it, man, and just go, this is what I want to do, that I shouldn't have to go to somewhere like this, do you know what I mean? Because I believe what we're doing is good, do you know what I mean? And it's valuable, and it's culture. That's it, it's culture. And so, as much as I like places like this, I just feel as though we shouldn't have to be here. I'm just going to take a wee stroll down this bit I just want to read what this says. I am because we are. Aye, fair play, I like that. And then another kind of symbol thing for Graham, and this character for Mello. I really like them, man. Like, they look fun to do. I think that's the most important thing. Aye, and so I'm going to go round the corner now, and I think this is probably one of the best bits because aye, it just looks amazing. So so this is my first time seeing this in the flesh, man, and it's fucking huge. What I'll do, right, is I will set my camera down and I'll show you the scale. So I just love this, man. What he's doing right now is just super funny, man. Like, it's just inventive and it's just really class, man. Looks as though he's made his own hash leaf stencil as well. I love it. And it's quite cool, you can see the arches at SW3 from here. Which is, obviously to me, that's like a space that's being celebrated and it's thriving and it's been encouraged by, like, everybody's benefiting from that. But then we're here and we have this, which is fucking just as good, man. I mean, it's just as good. I've got a painting over there, and like, this is well better than it, man. Like, this is so much better. It's just so much funnier, man. Like, I just feel as though we need to start celebrating this stuff. Nice one for Klaus here as well. I think it's pretty class seeing him kind of push into pieces more. Although I must say I'm a wee bit gutted because that looks like a moomin underneath there. A moomin with a blade. And I've got to say that probably would have been my favourite painting here because I love moomins. But aye, so it's an interesting space, man. I can understand why people like these spaces, do you know what I mean? Like, this in itself was pretty beautiful. There's a beauty in decay. And like, that's cool, do you know what I mean? I get it. I get the aesthetic, I get the vibe. I'm all for it, to be honest, man. I'm all for spaces being used when they weren't being used before. But I guess just, I've just noticed all this, trying. That's pretty fucking ominous. How you swing. And another one from Mimic, man. This is sick. Just super popping, man. Understands colour really well. And it just looks class. Really love it. Nice. One of my favourites just now. So M-O-R E and then Z. That's just a mad good use of the space. There's also a Sierra. I should point that out. I think that'd be pretty class, man. Every fence in Glasgow just like that. Make you feel a wee bit better, wouldn't it? So here's me, my big yoga alien pal. Gas, man. And so that's me down kind of at like another section of it. It's pretty class, man. That mad tower hanging at the Science Centre, like, it's probably got a class view of this, but it just doesn't work, does it? I think there's some new kind of stuff down here as well. That blue's heavy popping. I think that's one of my favourite ER styles, man. And then this just makes me laugh because, like, Bet365, it's a pretty good name to have picked. And then this is pretty gas, 2 OGs in the game. The classic. Like, just that in itself, man, like, pretty iconic for Glasgow. Aye, I could sit and look at that all day, man. There's just so many bits to it that are just amazing, man. Like, my favourite bit that I noticed the other day was this kind of bit on top of the M. I just love the way that works, man. Like, it's really sick. And then Mach 1 here, the Godfather, the absolute boss of all bosses, man. It's really, really sick to see him painting back in Glasgow just now. And it's cool because actually this is like from like proper Godfather to like super new school, like one of the most promising young painters, I would say. Aye, man, just wee guzzler, just going for it. It's really nice to see him doing characters and stuff like that as well. And then a same, which I'm guessing is for same PPP, which you kind of know if you've watched my previous videos. He's a New York writer that passed away, so it's nice to see that as well. A nice wee wall here from Maze, Bones and Raven. And that's actually a really sick wall, man. I like that, like, just, it's nice colours, man, pretty classic graphs these, man, and chrome fills. Bye. Really, really nice colours. It is a wee bit of a shame though, because it's this big priest thing that was here. I kind of need to be more on it with the videos, I guess, because this looked amazing when it was fresh. I'll maybe even put up a photo of it in this just so people can see what it was really like. Again, just certain things, man, just really make graph for me. So just this section here, the way that that swirls round off the top of the eye, kind of through the leg of the R, is just amazing, man. Like, aye, so much funk. And then again, it's just like, it's a pure class place, man. Like, it just looks really cool. Some really old flaky stuff under there. I wonder, right, so this is me having to be super archaeologist now, but I can see that that says 2005, and I can kinda, oh man, like, I'd be taking a big guess, but I don't know, man. I would kinda say, oh, I don't know. I'm not sure who it is that's underneath, but it's old. In fact, I do know what it is. I want to say it's code. Med or code. That's what I'm thinking. Very, very old, but there's some shout outs and stuff like that down there. But I don't know, I'll need to double check that. 2005, it kind of seems about the era, maybe. Nah, maybe not, maybe that's too late. But this would definitely be the area for it. And this is a not pure, oh, this is a mad vento as well. It's got to be reasonably old. I'm quite into these wee characters as well. As I've said before, I'm a sucker for a wee character. So this is kind of entering into the world of big, huge blockies, basically. This one by Priest is pretty fucking huge. You can see there's a guy walking past at the top there, so gives you a wee bit of idea of the scale. And these can be seen from like across at SW3. So like Clydeside Expressway, you can kind of see these from over there. Just massive, man. Massive, and on a pretty stinking wall, to be honest. So there was an Asker there. And this is pretty sick as well. I really like Polo's stuff. Heavy creative. Another one for Kloss. 2021, looking good, man. Heavy pops on that wall as well, which is sick. And then I guess it kind of wouldn't be Govan if there wasn't something kind of slightly related to Rangers. And actually, so this, you can kind of see this is a big M, and so before there was a huge man blocky here. And he's just like one of the sort of king of rollers in the UK, I guess. I just want to get this wee bit in as well. I'm not actually sure who did this, but it's heavy, heavy, nice tight, man. And I think this would be cool. Look, it could be a kind of a cool space for people to just come and try out different stuff. Aye, let's continue on to the next big, massive thing. I think probably the next up and comer of, or the person that's basically going for the title of who can go the biggest is Bluter. Just pushing rollers to like a kind of different level, man. Like he's always trying to do something different, which I really, really like. I think those red dots in the B there, and even just like the kind of the jaggy bits on the outside, aye, it's just really sick, man. Heavy into it, man. And then there's a kind of other kind of spot here. Although this wall doesn't seem to have actually had as much kind of, it needs a bit more mulch on it, I would say, to actually be kind of good. This is something I actually fucking really love just now. So Kink's 2-litre throw to me is just fucking steezing, man. Like, it's just super solid and you just can't fuck with it. It's just, aye, that's just fucking years. I think as well, the wee kick that comes out in the eye, aye, there's just a lot about that I really like, and he's just got them down to fuck just now, so aye, I rate that a lot, man. Stack, another kind of younger one who's coming up, putting the work in though, man. It's sick to see. And then another mad colour scheme, man. It's like fucking Colgate, this one. Colgate kind of Pepsi vibes. There's a Kink piece there, but it's kind of been a wee bit dogged, but it just looks kind of, doesn't really look like it's actually been dogged by anybody legit. And Lux stuff's amazing as well, man. Like, our pieces are just class, man. So much detail to them as well, man. I just love to see it, that's good. And so this is pretty sick to see these two together, man. Like, very, very different, but both kind of pushing what they're doing, I guess, do you know what I mean? Which I just think is class. I'm going to actually admit that I don't know who this is, but I really like it. It's kind of like a razor blade. Sick. Another polo. Low tits, fat belly. That's the same as me, to be honest. He's Podgemeister. I'm trying to remember what that is under there. Again, I'm unsure. If anybody knows what these things are, please let me know. Now this is really sick. Nice lows. But I've also just noticed this. So my battery just kind of cut out there, but we're back. So I really like this. There's another one that's actually fallen off. And I'm not sure, I would hazard a guess that maybe like someone like Mustio or something like that made these, but doesn't really look totally like his style. The reason I'm really interested in it is there's a guy from New Zealand called Levy something, and I'll stick a photo beside this of his work, and that's really interesting me. He's basically taking graph and doing sculpture with it, and I think that's like Mustio. The reason I actually thought this might be him was because he's also started doing kind of concrete graph stuff. I'll put a photo of what he's been doing as well here, and that's going to be exciting. 3D graffiti basically is where it's going to go. I love this section as well because it's on moss, but you can kind of see the paintings underneath it and shit like that. It's like nature's just taking back over, but the kind of graph stays underneath. And then we're getting along to the kind of last section of it. And so this is a nice wall that Ursula and a few other girls did for International Women's Day. Unfortunately, this person that's kind of dogged some stuff along there seems to have dogged stuff along this side as well, so... But I guess that's what happens. Everybody should know to take their cans home. Don't leave any dregs about. And another one from Tayo. This one's pretty brand new, I think. It's just madness, man. Like, again, just the colours that he uses, the shapes that he uses, everything about it's just fucking funky, man. Like, it's just so rich. Like that bit there, that blue sort of wee bit of funk. What do you describe it? A doodah. That doodah there's class. Just so much going on. It's difficult not to just really enjoy it, man. Like, aye, one of my favourites, man. And this is a V's, and he's got quite a mad strong style as well. And above it is this fucking amazing mover. Another person who's just stupidly good at rollers, man. Like, see the way that he's actually done the drop shadow as a drop shadow. Like, that to me is just such a fucking nice touch, man. Like, and the drips just add so much to it as well. Amazing. I'm gonna try and walk along a wee bit to kind of see if I can get the Rada and the 5-star. And so aye, there's the mover from that side. And then we've got a big huge 5-star Rada. This bit looks crazy. Like, I can kind of understand that you wouldn't want like wee kids and stuff like that cutting about you because it's pretty dodgy, but it's also a really class place to be, man. Like, it's just cool. There's just a couple of more wee bits that I want to get in this. So that another freak piece, which is just so sick, man. Like, the way he does stuff is just amazing, man. Aye, super original for Glasgow, man. I really like it. I've got to say, I don't know what that is. Maybe oaks from Edinburgh, but I'm kind of aware that sometimes I say things in this and I don't actually know, and people are like, mate, are you daft, like such and such, but aye. Actually, I wonder who that is, man. Like, I don't actually think it is oaks now. I'm looking at the tags above it and stuff like that. Whatever it is, I like it. And then last but not least, Faker, man. Something that's just like consistently just painted non-stop pretty much, man, and has always just been heavy funky. Another TCK boy. All of them have just got fucking so much funk in the letters, man. And just very, very good at painting. So aye, that's me, I guess. That's the Govan dry docks. Oh, I've just seen a bridge. I wonder if I can go across the bridge and not die. If anybody knows the wee bridge that I'm talking about, then oh, in fact, that is some fucking modern art shit right there. So this has been another episode of Colourways street art and graffiti walking tours. Pretty much mostly just graffiti this time, I would say. Like, there's maybe a few wee bits that I could go across here. Does anybody know if this bridge is safe? Is it sound to walk across the bridge? I don't know. I'm gonna try it, and then aye, that'll be me. Thanks for joining me, and aye, come and check out this place if you've never been here before, because it's pretty class. Peace.